trying to draw a quick drawing when you are slightly autistic. I started drawing because I saw a pretty dress in a shop window and I wanted to put an OC in it. Now, to try and do things properly for once, I start off with lines and circles for the positions and joints. I then add in the broom to be sat upon without using a ruler because I did not have one. Give structure to the torso off screen, then try and give structure to the right leg. And I didn't like it like that, so I rub it out and redo it in a different position. The previous arm position was too bent and I didn't like it like that, so I rubbed it out and redrew it more outstretched, which meant that I had to redo the broom freestyle. I didn't like the hand holding position, so I redrew that till I was happy. Then I realised I needed to redo the other leg because that didn't look quite right. So in trying to be sensible, I used the lines and the shapes to get it right. Left arm wasn't quite at the right angle, so I rubbed it out and tried to give it a better bend. I added the arm structure to the right arm and rubbed out the guidelines, and with the baseline in order I touch up and make the lines neater, then erase all the guidelines, so now I can go in adding the detail which makes me happy. I go in and scribble in a basic outline of the dress. Looking good, but we need something on the feet, so I just start to draw some sort of heel shape, and then in my mind I ended up setting on a pair of knee-high boots. I go on the right one and begin to draw it, but it doesn't quite look right, so I turn the book on an angle, redraw over the top where I get a much better looking leg shape for my boot. Now that I have the main bodice and shoes down, I move on to the hat. I like the idea of one hand holding down a hat for a big hat, so I lightly sketch in one big floppy hat. Lightly sketching in the fingers, stop to change places. Now I can start going in much more detail, drawing the fingers of the other hand. Shaping the hand. Still making sure it looks right. Now I'm defining the amazing dress's bust line. Now I go in on the hair, looking at no reference images and trying to come up with something I don't like it. So now I do look at some reference images for long hair and decide to go for a big free waves. And I know from previous struggle I don't need to add that many lines to make the hair look good. Darkening the lines and scribble, scribble, making more defined. Adding in the fringe. What came to mind for that is a proper swooping anime fringe. Going back to the dress now to add this nice lace-up detail that goes down the side, using the X's to draw the lace. Going to start adding the dress pattern, and I decide I don't like the laces so small, so I rub them out and draw them bigger, making sure they're neater, darker, defined and tidy. Speaking of neat and tidy, I go around and define the outlines, as everything looks better when it's neater and bold and more defined. Going in on the dress now with style bling. I'm not quite sure if that's right what to say, but now I'm trying to draw stars. Like kind of like as if it's easy, and I'm not doing too bad with it. In the style of the dress, I end up blacking them out. And I go back to the hat now because I didn't think it looked like it was sitting right or hanging down enough. Going to the arms, I decided to shade in some sleeves, which wasn't on the original dress I saw, but I like the idea of some sleeves being on this dress and character. I then move into the broom's brush and go in without looking at a reference image because I think it's fine, should be easy to draw bristles, only like hair, just a bit more defined bunches. Drew it in basic and then went ahead and improved it off screen. Now to do the thing I struggle with most, drawing the face. Now this I did have to look at a few references for because drawing faces on an angle is hard. You end up with one eye bigger than the other, it looks off. So I tried to carefully draw in some basic outlines like the nose and the eyes. I have a good start at the minute. Now hopefully I have the eye angles and proportions correct. I go in and draw the first one off screen to get a better shape that I want. Then go to draw on the other eye, try my best to match it. Then going straight on to the mouth, which I struggle a bit with. Wasn't quite sure about the first iteration, so I try again. Didn't like that one either, so I rub it out and try again. I'm trying to get a more friendly anime style smile. Had a quick break and then from focus on the face and try and go to my boots because I've decided they are too boring and need a little. And I came up with a good idea, so to make the dress and the boots match, I decided to give them some laces. Returning back to the face again, I retry the smile again as the first several times have not been that great. Keep retouching and retouching, making the lines more perfect to look good. Hopefully the eyes are symmetrical and I'm feeling quite happy with that. But now the smile makes the face look a little bit crooked, so that I need to improve. After that I go rubbing out all the excess scribbles, tidying up all the lines, pressing in darker with my pencil to make them neat. Now I'm thinking everything looks a little too white, so debating, I start shading in the boots to make them look more defined. And I don't think they're quite dark enough, so then I go over them again to make them look even better. Now I do the other one to make sure that they match. Now I go over and make sure everything is tidy. Now I want to add in a little something extra to the broom. I don't know why, and I don't quite know what I ended up doing here. It ends up looking like some kind of bell thing. Now for my other favourite part, that's the fine lining. Thinnest one first. Gotta be careful now, and very steady. This is so satisfying, but I'm scared to mess up. Careful. Gotta be really careful. Careful now, and steady. This will all look good when it's properly fine lined. Steady on the boots. Medium one now for the big wavy hair. I also just find drawing long lines with the fine liner is just so satisfying. I'm sticking with the medium one now whilst I draw in the broom's bristles. Thickest one now for drawing the rim of the hat. Doesn't matter if we go a little wavy with this one, because it's a nice big floppy hat. Now to draw in the dress's defining pop, and to draw a little something else that every good witch needs. Now I'm sad I didn't bring my colours with me. And we are done. What do you think?